Hi everybody, I'm back again. I'm doing a review on FX Fighter, an unboxing review as well as gameplay review as well. Right now the game is being played right now. This game was developed by Argonaut Software, okay? And this game is really nice how it's presented in its box, okay? You get a nice, very hologramic chrome looking print that's very shine. And it was published by GTE Entertainment. Ooh, I better lower it down a little bit. It has full motion video, of course, as you can see. And this game was really ahead of its time for having minimum system requirements. Okay, if you heard of GTE, that's actually a telephone company back in the days, which we know as Verizon. And they're actually publishing games back then. Wow. Okay, it's powered by the Blender software, but you know, developed by Argonaut, and it has a great soundtrack. Let me give me a second. Just set this up. There we go. Yeah. And the full motion, you know, bio screen is amazing for having a system requirement. Kid you not, the system requirement on this game is just easy. It's a 486 33 megahertz, what do you call it, a 1-speed CD-ROM with 4 megabytes of RAM, and you just need a VGA card that uses, and also hard drive space. You only need 14 megabytes of RAM. Alright, sorry, I'm doing a setup right now. Put all the details on high since this is running under DOSBox. Okay. Now, what do you get in the box, okay, of this game? All right, well, you have to slide it up, and yeah, you get this flap, and you do get this dark printout of Rygo, the main antagonist of the game. I know I have wear on tear on this. I bought this in Software Etc. in 1997, and I got this game for only $10.99. I still remember the price, and this is actually my third PC game I ever owned, of having, you know, a Windows 95 computer at that time. It's the third game I ever owned in a big box, very classy. When I saw the cover, look at this, it shows all the features on it. I was like, is this Virtua Fighter? You know, I was very young that time. I was only, what, like 16 years old. And the gameplay is actually beautiful. I mean, look at that. I mean, the mapping, the depth. Feels like you're in a box in a way, but it's 3D. Yes, and I mean, the story of the game is that you're in a tournament. Instead of your soul or, you know, this and stuff, no, it's not like Mortal Kombat. You fight through each character, and if you lose, your planet gets destroyed. Yes. And then after that, if you win, Rygo's planet belongs to you, but you basically destroy it. They actually made a sequel, and it got sued by Midway because it had fatalities. I do have that. I was going to have that as a second review. And let's continue what's inside the box. Yes, you get a comic book. Yes, a comic book. The Coming of Rygo. FX Fighter logo. Yes, and behind it is saying the ultimate PC fighting game. And it made it look like a movie too, just having a picture, you know. Yeah, it's the comic book is well drawn. You know, I'm not gonna get too specific of the writers and stuff like that. Okay, I got a burnt copy of it, FX Fighter Turbo. Back in the days, it was called Juarez before we had torrents. But this is the sequel. Yes, I have a burnt version. I just kept it in there for records. You get yourself a reference card, the GTE Interactive Media Registration Card. You have to register your game and show your opinion and get a lot of junk mail. Not email, junk mail. I gotten a lot of GTE promotion, like, hey, long distance stuff. I mean, at that time, it's different. We didn't have cell phones, okay? They do have cell phones, but it was not like consumer wise. Then you get this story plot, the system requirement, little reference card, and gamepad instruction. It's addressing it more to the Gravis gamepad. The Gravis gamepad has only, because this game only has a punch and kick button. And then there's the controls, select screen. Everything's colored, well presented, and yeah. What you get right here is translucent jewel case, and then what keeps the game from shaking supposedly. But I remember when I bought this game, it was really, this thing was secured in there, and then it won't even come out. It actually had like little mushroom cap right there to held the game. But, and then that's nothing, and behind it, it's just, yeah. And then behind the box, GTE Entertainment. Yeah, global telemedical, whatever that means. And you know what's cool? This game is run under Redbook Audio, meaning you're able to play the music in a CD player. PCs back then, they had the DVD-ROM, CD-ROM drive, but they didn't have the Redbook Audio cable connected to their sound card. So some of the times they're playing the game, you don't hear music, you just get the fighting. The sound has great bass. Before DTS was around, they had Sound Blaster really good. And this is in a modern day flat screen. And you get Rigel again, good condition CD. And of course the screenshots. It looks exactly like the rear side of the box, almost same information. I remember that there was a thing about this game. We were trying to find a cheat to play as Rigel, which is there was no way. What it was a batch file to convert a character that turns him into Rigel, because they have the same motion capture. Yeah. But yeah, the graphics is it's running on a 300 by 40 or whatever that resolution at its time, but it was very fluent.
Someday I'll meet a real fighter.
Oh, but the graphics really is more comparable like to the video game called Descent back in the days. Yeah, to play this game you gotta play it on pure DOS. If you're playing it on Windows 95 DOS mode, you're gonna hear a little noise to it. See, this is how, like how it shows that, and then it goes straight to fighting.
Fight.
The soundtrack is great. Let me go straight to Rigel for a moment, and I hope you guys like the soundtrack. Okay, we just defeated the lava guy. Now listen to the soundtrack. Now we're gonna fight Rigel. Look at his planet. Yep, an anarchist. And remember, this game came out in 1995. And look at the background. You can see the depth on the background. Beautiful. At its time, it was very visually nice. And it's not even an arcade board. I mean, look at that.
You lose.
Yep. And my overall rating to this game, because I really liked this game as I was growing up, I give this game, of course, a 7 out of 10. The reason why is the control was very, very sluggish. And the graphics is ahead of its time that time, and it was nice and fluent. And what else? The characters are, and it's well presented. Usually fighting games, back then they had this game called Zango Fighters. I hated that game. But this was actually original. They made a sequel. It's called FX Fighter Turbo. It's basically the same game, but you get to play it on Windows 95 with SVGA graphics. Higher resolution graphics than this. I'm going to make a part 2 review about the sequel. But in other terms, this game was supposed to be released on the Super Nintendo as well. But the publisher GTE, or I don't know what was going on, but the game never was released. The reason why is a lot of financial issues, and it was going to run under the FX chip on a cartridge. And if you know about the NEC console back in the days, it was like, I forgot, it looked like a PC, but it's not. It's actually a console. They actually have FX Fighter, but in MPEG format style gaming. When I say MPEG form style gaming, it's one of just like, oh, you better press this button before that reaction on those video clips. But yeah, But thank you guys for watching. This is a review of FX Fighter unboxing. Yes, no one hasn't been making videos of unboxing of legacy games, but I like to show what's inside the box and what you get out of it. That's the reason why I make these kind of reviews, besides somebody downloading an ISO image and then start just posting what they say. Hey, they got this game too, look at my long play. Alright, and thank you guys for watching.